Yo, it's another FA Friday with your home doge nemesis. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Let's dig into today's tidbits. Yo! Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, Tech Man? Happy Friday to you too, man. It is Friday. That means we got the weekend to grind. Yo, everybody's sitting there going TGIF. Well, tomorrow's Saturday. The next day is Sunday. Then you got Monday. Why are we only thankful for one day? You got 7 days a week to sit there and grind, right? Yo, that's what's up. What's going on, Jason the Tiger Osborne, dropping in those FAs in the Chisley chat. What up, dude? Hey, John Jermaine, what's going on, my dude? Everybody smash that lizardy like button as you guys are sliding on in here, and then share this out on your favorite socials. Helps me grow this channel, all of you awesome people. Yo. So, had another issue at the mining facility today. It was like a week ago, right around the same time, boom, has an issue. Mikkel went up over to the facility, checking the fuses. Everything looked okay. Of course, he's a little trigger shy when it comes to big power. I tell him not to worry about it. Dude, just flip the breaker, and there's no way you've disconnected the circuit. You're working below the switch. As long as you don't hit the switch down, you're good to go. But yeah, he said nothing looked like it was damaged or anything. He said everything looked good. But the only, it's like they still had the power company come out. I'm not sure if it was another fuse issue, if we blew the other fuse, because it wasn't acting quite the same. It still had like some of that. The building was acting weird, and not everything had power. It's really goofy how they got this shit set up. But yeah, I mean, like, as soon as that popped, it like now the building's acting weird again. So I'm not sure if we pop the other fuse. It's potential. Usually if you break one fuse, it's gonna sit there and take a hit on the other side. Maybe we should have replaced them both in pairs, but we only had the one at that time. Okay, but everything was working for the week. And then the landlord said something like this happened about 4 years ago, where they just kept on having like just these little tidbitty issues, and it was actually one of the lines going to the building. So maybe the other line went bad, because we're putting in more load on there, and we're actually using it as an industrial fucking building. I don't know. Maybe the transformer gave out partway, and it's giving us some like really weird issues. It could be that we popped the fuse again, the same fuse. Maybe there's too much load going through there. Maybe how they have that wired in, it's not load balanced enough. I have no idea. We are dealing with 60, 70 years worth of wiring coming into here. As power was invented, the power got very badly put into this building. I would like to rehab it, but with the Bitcoin drop in price, I really don't have the funds unless I can get like some investors to come stepping in, and then I can sit there and get the wiring sorted out the right way, have everything just perfect in there. In that regard, I would love to just update a lot of the stuff. But again, I need investors. If you guys know any cool investors that are like down on investing into a Bitcoin mining facility during a bear market, this is the great time to do it. I just need to get the power sorted out, and then I've got everything from there. So if you know anybody that's investors for power, otherwise it's gonna take me a little bit here. I can only do what I can do. So hopefully we got all of that sorted out. I was hoping that I would have heard something about now. He's like, too big of load. Yeah, maybe. He's like, if I win the lottery, maybe. Oh, dude, man. A guy out in California fucking won the $2 billion lotto this morning or something like that. I was like, damn. It's like, if anybody knows that guy, like, send him my way. Be like, hey, dude, I don't want you to spend your money on anything stupid. Let's make your money make more money. Boom. So if anybody knows that guy, bro, name drop me, dude. I will take care of you. But the landlord had this issue, like I said, like 4 years ago, whenever she was stepping up some of her equipment. It very well could be. If it's that, it's all on the electric company side. So they've got to fix stuff, not me. But if it's inside the facility still, then I've got to basically... If it's the same fuse that blew, then I've got to sit there and figure out how that's all wired in and fix that. That means there's too much coming off of one leg. And they're not, and whoever installed the power over the last 50 years really kind of screwed the pooch on this one. I'm just going to say it like that. And there's so much more potential in that power fuse thing, and I think they don't have it balanced right, and I think we're just hitting that limitation. That might be what it is. I'm really thinking that's what it is, if I had to take a small little guess. If you didn't replace them all, it's bet it's the other. I mean, yeah, and that's what I'm thinking too, is it's the other one, because it's not acting the same. Before, the lights were kind of flickering. Now the lights are on, but certain things are off that were on the last time. So, and then other things are on, but only part way. It's really weird. It could be either that, or we took out another portion. Well, we're gonna find this out real quick here. I mean, it could be the other one, but at the time we only had the one fuse, so it is what it is. We'll have it sorted out here. I'm hoping like in no time. I know we've got the Darrow poker tournament tomorrow, and I know Mikkel is going to be busier than all get out. I'm sure he said something about if the power's back on by tomorrow, he'll go back out there, turn all the rigs back on. Yeah. I know, it's like, I so want to do it, because like Mikkel can use such the help too. I mean, if I was down there full time, me and the wife finally was able to move down there, I would be able to help Mikkel, and then we would get so much more stuff done overall. Not just at the facility, like I would actually like be able to help him get everything, because bro, he's like, he does so much. He desperately needs help. he does too much, in my opinion. He does way too much, and the man like just he just grins and bears it and just does it because it needs to be done, and I totally get it. And he needs a home doge there in his corner to help him out. I'm just saying. But I can only do so much, because like I've got to be able to pay for the facility until the facility is like at least operating at break even. Right now I'm still operating underwater until the facility, like the power price came down just a little bit. We're waiting for the other half of it to come down now. It's like, oh God, please come down faster. It's not enough. It's something, but not enough. It really isn't. So yeah. Hopefully the power's already back on. I don't know. I haven't heard any word from Mikkel, so I'm gonna take no no news as good news. That's just the way that I'm gonna have to look at it. I'm just gonna hope that everything's back up and running. So I'm sure he would have messaged me if we popped another fuse. No news. I'm hoping that means it's on the power company side that they have an issue. And if them having the issue could be the reason why we popped the original fuse. Because whenever the guy got out there, he thought it was a transformer. And then he saw that we had a pop fuse on our side, helped us out with that. That was really cool on him. Cool power company guy. We love you. Got us up and running, and now a week later, we're right back in. It's like 1-inch plumbing pipe for the win. Yeah, I know, right? Just direct circuit. Balls to the wall. No protection. OG&E never showed? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Wow. Wow. That's bullshit. Power company never came out there. What? That's bullshit. Oh. Power doesn't take a holiday. See these lights, this computer, we're streaming, it's all on. That means they must be working too. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I just want to be frustrated at them, okay? Let me be frustrated, Mikkel, at them. Have not. That's what I was trying to get Mikkel to do. But he didn't want to take it out. I'm like, take a look at it. Put a tester on there. You should be able to do ohms on it. If there's no ohms, if it's open and you touch it, and it, you depower it, put your meter on there, and test your fuse that way. Bam. You're just looking for any kind of ohms reading. If it just reads infinite or zero, then it's popped. I mean, it's easy that way. You can even test it that way. Even if it doesn't look blown, it can be blown. That is a valid point, Tech Man. Very valid point. It's like, I wish I could go down there and fucking do some of this stuff too, because Mikkel's a little bit more gun shy around the bigger power. I don't fucking give a shit. It's just boop. We're good. We're good. Power back on. You know. But I mean, I get it. I remember the first few times I played with bigger power, I was a little nervous on my end too. So I totally get it. But whenever, I don't know if my camera will show it very well, but I got a little burn mark here from actually, oh wow, it almost does. So, see that little dot? I don't know if my camera is going to pick it up and YouTube's going to play it right. It's going to look like one fucking little pixel, I know it. But I actually got zapped by I had an electric box exposed, not this one. And I just briefly touched it right across my arm. Gave me a forever kiss. And threw me across the room. I stopped being so gun shy around power after that. Oh, good God, Mikkel. Dude, man, I love you, bro, man. I wish I could be down there to give you some more help, bro, man. You make me feel fucking bad about this shit. Oh. I'm so sorry, dude. You know it. You fucking know I want to help out, dude. My brother from another mother. But yeah. So I know non-stop around there, 100%, dude. You are a fucking animal, dude. You are an animal. Animal. The shit we do, 100%, bro. The sacrifices we do for the greater good, 100%. Much respect. The Satoshi gods salute you. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, the facility's doing great. But yeah, I mean that's the only thing you can really do. It's like called the bank and was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I had that shit sent back to them instantly. As soon as I saw that, I printed it out, signed it, scanned it, sent it back. Apologized that I didn't sign it in the first place because I missed it with that fucking stack of paperwork. It's fucking cold. I bet, but not in your little room there though. I mean, you got that mining rig in there, so it's gotta still be nice and toasty where you're sitting at. But yeah, it's been cold here. I'm still running a good portion of GPU still here. I've got 3090s still here, bunch of 3080s, and my I got 2 modded A2000s here. So I'm cranking out enough heat in the house right now. I mean, I don't think my furnace is really kicked in too much. I mean, it's pretty damn cold right now. Let's see here. I have no idea what the temperature is here. Let's refresh it. It's 37 degrees. 37 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like, what, like 2 or 3 C for anybody outside the United States? That's somewhere right around there. Because I know at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 0 C. So it's like either 1 to 2 C right now. For Rude, because I know he's in the metric system. and my house temperature is like right around like 75 degrees. That's like what, 28, 29 C, something like that. I don't know. We'll be in, I have no idea. Oh, we'll be in the 20s too. We'll be in the upper 20s, but we'll be in the 20s. And then we're back into the 30s tomorrow. Nice. Yep. And I'm glad that I don't have my rigs down, my Kingpin rigs down there, especially with the water block. I'd hate to have it at the facility, and the facility goes cold. That's like my biggest fear with a water block system on mining rigs is because we're trying to constantly give it fresh air, but there's that fine line where the water system is like, yeah, it's a little too cold. But it is kind of funny to sit there and watch a Kingpin 3090 mine at 32 degrees Celsius. Like, man, you're telling me first time not having rigs at home to warm the house. Yeah. Yep. I remember, I know that feeling, dude. Right now, I'd have every fucking window in the house open because I'd have that much heat coming in already. But yeah, it's all at the facility, and the facility's off. So yep. Man, back it. 78 Fahrenheit is 25.55 C, so 25.5 C. I know, right? I'm crying because my rings are off. But rabble. Hopefully they're. If it's like a fuse that popped again, Mikkel, turn off the What's Miner in the ASIC room. If both of those fuses are okay, then we know it's outside of the building that the problem is. I mean, that's all you can really do at the end of the day. Hey, what up, Budweiser? Yo! So, it hopefully we'll get all this stuff sorted out here. Old building problems. I'm hoping it's on OG&E side. Like I said, the landlord said that something similar to this happened 4 years ago, so hopefully everything will be good from here. Love the tea, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Like when it popped, all the rigs were still on. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, whatever happened, yeah, all the rigs are still on. So like, it's weird on. I don't get it. It makes no sense. The only thing that makes sense is the other fuse popped. And if it's just the other fuse pop, then I'm cool with that, because that just means that whenever the one popped, it put a lot of load onto the other side and it was like hammering it, right? So, okay, I'm cool with that. But if both of those fuses are good, then we know it's outside of the building, and that means it's either the line coming in or the transformer shot. It's three-phase. So if we lost one of the phases coming in, yeah, but test them first. Ohm them out. Don't just like blindly, hey, we're going to replace them. Ohm them out and make sure they actually popped. And then if one popped, replace both. Yes. And if it's the same one that popped, then I would say turn off the one What's Miner. I bet you it's that then, because it like lasted a week after I left. We lost power. So either we're overloading the fuse or the other fuse. But I still say it's the other fuse, because it would have acted the same way if we popped the same fuse. It would have been identical. Yeah, for sure. It's like you can lose a phase, and the 240 will still be good sometimes. And that's what we have, is that the rigs were still on. There was nothing going on with the rigs this time. Rock and roll, dude. I love you, brother. My brother from another mother. Don't you have a clamp on ammeter? Yeah, I certainly do. But if we lost a phase, I'm not going to have Mikkel touch the hot side. Not without having a high voltage gloves. So with that being said, if we actually lost a phase or lost a fuse, the only way you can tell is you gotta ohm the fuse out. If the fuse tests good, then you know the problem is on the power company. That's all you can do at that point. And if the fuse tests bad, then, well, there you go. We should have replaced both of them. But we only had one at a time, and it was enough to get us up and running. Your house was not balanced between phases, and I blew up one fuse all the time. Ooh, that's not good. Well, we'll give you updates. I'll give you updates on what was going on Monday, guys, whenever I live stream with more mining news updates. Without any further ado, that's kind of like the updates with the family mine. Yeah. Awesome times. Hopefully we get this squared away because I need everything to be up and running so I can be making money here. Oh my god. Not panicking because it's not costing me anything more than the building, but I'm not making anything, so it hurts a little bit. Yeah, we still have 240. And yeah, it doesn't mix with the 208. And that's what we're having an issue with is the 208 volt. And it's playing hell on the whole building. But I'm hoping that it's either the other fuse that popped or it's on the power company side. One of the two. That's what I'm hoping here. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is we pop the same fuse, and I've got to sit there and turn off one of my units because that's where that means we're just hot. That means it's not load balanced on the system for what we're doing, and we've got to go back in there and rewire shit then, like badly. Ugh. Rock and roll, Mikkel. Be safe. Be safe. I know you got a bunch of shit to do. Let me get a hold of me if you need if you've got any questions. Much love. All right. Well, with all the facility updates and craziness that has gone on, let's get into some of the other news. So, bam! Check this out, guys. ASUS is launching a ROG Strix 7900 GPU for the AMD platform. It looks like it's going to look like the NVIDIA side of it, which I would expect it to. It's fine by me to look exactly the same. We're talking, it's an ASUS Strix. You got a particular look to it. And if they want the same look for each variation that nobody can tell if you're running an AMD and versus NVIDIA, I don't care. Realistically, as long as it's performing top tier stuff, I wish that ASUS would step up and make an enthusiast line and turn their Strix into an enthusiast line. But that's just wishful thinking, I guess, on my end. They are more of a corporate company, but they haven't confirmed everything, but they have product SKUs that they have, product numbers that they have registered with the EEC. So we have the ROG Strix OC, Advanced, Normal Strix, their top tier, and then we got the Tough lineup, and this is on the XTX line and the XT line already. So it looks like they're going to be pumping out some cards for ASUS, for AMD here very soon. I'm kind of excited to see this because, you know, I am a little partial towards ASUS. I just like how their stuff performs. It's good overclocking, and typically when you're looking at, whenever you were comparing them from EVGA down to Gigabyte, the ASUS Strix kind of landed in the middle of the price range for like between middle to like almost in the high tier category with the Strix lineup, but it was always a little bit more budget oriented. I'm like, oh, I can save a couple of $100 and I got a nice performing card. The Transformer secondary feed 480 to a secondary transformer whose secondary is 12208. You're safe up to 480 volt. Don't mess with the 4160. Yes, that is true, John. That is true. I think whenever I was talking with the power company, it was like 48,000 volt, I think, was their high end, like in the area. And I was already kicking the idea of putting in our own little transformer that can handle it right off the pole. And then we don't have to worry about the power company moving forward ever again. They just need to feed us lines that can handle the power we're about to bitch slap it with. But that will take a lot of scratch to do. So I'm going to hold off on that one. That one is a future project for the facility. Man, my legs, my killer leg workout this morning has me dehydrated like you would not believe. I sweated so hard. I have barely moved around, and I've been like in that zombie comatose state, just going, my legs, So, I'm like I said, I'm excited for the 7900 series graphics cards. Looks like they're going to coming in at a decent. It's like a megawatt transformer, and a PMH switch is going to cost some dollars. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've looked into it. I have looked into it. It's doable. I've just got to get into a position where the facility itself is not costing me any more money. And then I can start saving up for that, unless I can get some investments into this. Investments just make what I'm about to do faster. And the faster I can do this, the faster I start, it's like I'd make investors money, but I don't know anybody. So I'm gonna grassroots the fuck out of this, because come hell or high water, I'm a fucking builder. Hells yeah, DCA, dollar cost average. You know it. And never spread your funds out too paper thin. I am just right now. I am only concentrating on the facility. That's my only concern right now. Facility. Everything else is a bonus. Okay? That's how I'm looking at it. my legs. Just moving around and stuff like that, man, my legs are dying. Whew. And then I love Galax, and I love the idea that they are still claiming, now they get to claim a world record with no competition in sight. Galax, with the Hall of Fame edition, is now the king of overclocking because they're the only ones left that are allowing LN2 modes for extreme overclocking. It looks like they are going to be the ones to pick the torch up for EVGA and Kingpin, which is fine. The Hall of Fames are a low production cycle, which is gonna, anytime that you've got a low production, yep, it's gonna cost some dollars. So if you guys are into doing world record benchmarking with GPUs, prepare to, when you order these GPUs, yeah, you're gonna be on a waiting list, and it's gonna cost. It is going to cost. Oh yeah, for sure, Patrick. Galax is the Kingpin alternative. So they are a low production, but what was nice about having a Kingpin option, it meant that between Kingpin and the Hall of Fame edition from Galax, that there was two options for extreme overclocking. This way, normal people would have been able to get their hands on it, that were novice overclockers and such. These things are going to be, very interesting. I've done some real light testing with my stuff. I definitely need to get a LN2 pot so that I can do a little bit further benchmarking with my Kingpins. But they mine very well, I'll tell you that. But it's just a shame that, it's like nobody else is going to step up for it. And there's not really any real options for that, even with AMD. So it's like a very, very, very small niche. I understand. Everybody else is just wanting a GPU that works. But every gamer in the world loves to see the LN2 stuff. I mean, I don't care who you are. You're like, wow, man, that thing really cranks over compared to my card, which doesn't even do half of that. Wow. You can see the actual true potential of the silicon under extreme conditions. Is it something that the average consumer needs? No, not at all. Do I think that there's a big enough of a market for people moving forward to be developing more of these extreme overclockable GPUs? Probably not. I hope that phase of GPUs doesn't go away. I hope that somebody always keeps the extreme overclocking relevant, because it helps get data not just for us gamers and us mining people, but it gets data back to the engineers of, hey, look, this is how far we were able to push the frequencies. This is how cold we had to get everything to do it. But once we did that, we were able to push the wattage to get the performance going. And that just kind of gives them, oh, okay. And they're able to try to maybe optimize something in that pathway, and it'll drop something a few degrees. And that could be really interesting moving into the next silicon, architecture type, is that they, through the overclocking experience, we've given them all the data to make certain areas just so much more efficient, that, how can I put it? That they're able to make the next architecture, and with that efficiency also allows them to push frequencies, because now an average cooler will keep the core temp optimum, where before you had to have LN2. So I mean, it's worldly data that does have its place. But again, it is in a very, very small subset. Exactly, Patrick. I completely agree. It's like it helps promote innovation development on better cards. Exactly. I just had a really long-winded way of saying that. That is direct and straight to the point. So hopefully they give us more options on these extreme overclockable cards. I want to grab some more of them because eventually I'm going to set up for doing hash drags. But again, the facility has to stop bleeding me of all my money. That is pretty much the what it really boils down to. And we finally get word of NVIDIA RTX 4080 gets official US pricing. According to the listing of 13 custom models, the price of the RTX 4080s will vary from about $1,299 to about $1,600. Unfortunately, with the majority of the cards costing more than MSRP as usual, because MSRP only applies to NVIDIA's GPU. And because NVIDIA is trying to outsell their AIB partners with a cheaper, more affordable GPU that they're able to make in-house at less money. Perfect. So screw over your partners. Got it. Great business model. Sounds like an Apple move. I'm just saying. So now we all know that everybody's going to go try to eat up the Founders Editions first because that's going to be MSRP, guys. Imagine that. And then your better AIB partner GPUs are going to be at the price of a 4090 Founders Edition. So you can buy an Asus TUF Asus the ROG Strix for the price of a 4090, I bet. Because that's going to be their binning, their better stuff all packaged into one GPU. And it's going to be the price of a 4090. So at that point, you're going to be like, okay, do I get a 4080 or do I buy a Founders Edition 4090? Yeah. I mean, that's basically the decision that you're going to be making. Do you, for the same price, try to hunt down an FE or get an AIB partner because you want it? You're basically going to be grabbing it because you've already got an ROG Strix motherboard, maybe. So you're going to want that. That would be me in my boat, right? I have an ROG Strix motherboard. It would make sense that I would go after an Asus product to go into here. I've got an Asus TUF 3080 Ti in here already. Like, oh my god, over 1,000. Yeah, for an 80 class GPU, guys. A $900 GPU all day long. $900 is going for almost the price of a 4090, a 90 class card. This is clown world. I hope, and this is just me. This is where I will leave performance on the table in my own personal PC. Now, with my personal PC, I'm going to vote with my dollars. I've already got a 3080 Ti in here. Am I going to go out of my way to go replace it? There's nothing fucking wrong with this thing. No. That would be asinine. Okay? Now, if I in the future want to update my computer and I update the GPU for something a little faster, that's fine. I'm going AMD. Sorry, I've got an AMD motherboard. I'm going to go AMD GPU. I'll go with a, Asus GPU in the AMD platform. and I'll call it a day. I'm not going to support GPUs, an 80 class being sold at the bottom price as a 90 class card. I'm not blaming the AIB partners over on this. I am not blaming them. A lot of people want to blame them. If you talk to these people, the margins on the GPUs are not that big. Okay? So I'm not trying to defend them, but I believe anybody who's in business should make money. Okay? 100%. I believe in entrepreneurship. So I'm not going to dog on the AIB partners. You can see the disconnect between the AIB partners and NVIDIA. There's a clear disconnect between the two. So NVIDIA charges extra. It charges to a point where their margins are next to nothing, and then they put high pressure with the smallest window for development. So they got a high cost for development and a high cost on product because they don't make the GPU. The VGA core is not made by them. They make the PCB that all the components go into. They design the cooler. They design the electrical pathways for everything so that it cancels out the noise. It's got its own natural filters in there for steady state power. And all this amazing stuff that goes into a 12 to 14 layer PCB. So there's a lot going in where NVIDIA themselves can make a lot of the stuff in-house. And they're already making the VGA core, so that is a cap sum of zero. You know what I'm saying? So like their cost of doing business is far lower than the AIB partners, and then they're slaughtering the AIB partners on pricing. Because if NVIDIA was to hold pricing at where the AIB partners need to be profitable, then you would see NVIDIA being sold at the $1,299, the $1,200 range, which would be the lowest tier AIB partner card. Not that they're selling it way below that. There's some funkiness with this, and I think that's some of the reasons why. There's multiple reasons why I believe in EVGA. Like they were like, we're done. We're done with the abuse type of deal. Yo, what up, Sonia? But yeah, I mean, I would be sitting there, and myself personally, I'm gonna vote with my dollars, and I'm gonna be going with AMD in my next build, unless Intel really steps up on this, and I mean really steps up. I'm not saying that they can't. I got high hopes for them. They're making a great start with their Arc GPUs, so I've got hope for them. I'm not going to dog on them quite yet. They've got some bugs to work out, but I'll support them still on that. And then let's go ahead and get into the topic of today, guys. So, beginning this off, Intel is also another person that does use the 12 volt high power connector for their Max 11 PCIe series data center cards. So these are all for data centers. This is something that they are already doing, guys. So these are pure data center blow through. They're made to go into server blades with high density airflow fans, forcing air to go right down the throat of these GPUs. But here we have that high volt connector back there, and the connector. I was sitting there watching DeBauer on a 4090 Asus ROG Strix Edition. He had pushed the power to 900 watts with that new 12 volt high power connector. There's some new data that might, because like people have been trying to recreate the issues, and people have been having a devil of a time trying to get the to recreate any kind of an issue, right? Let's see here. I have a question for someone. I have a 4H LGA 1151 8th gen CPU. You need a new mining board since the board you have quit. You have $300 to spend on a board. Any RGB suggestions? I don't know about RGB suggestions. Pretty much any motherboard that can take that in, as long as you've got two PCIe slots, you can put a Ubic 4-way splitter in there and still hook 8 GPUs up to it. Your only cap is data lanes from the motherboard to the CPU, and then the CPU itself. So pretty much any budget orientated motherboard that has at least 2 slots, that's a good mining. I've got motherboards that I've been mining on and it's only got 2 slots on them. I really don't care how many slots they have on them. I will run a Ubic 4-way splitter all day long. Yeah, I mean, pretty much just look for any 1151 socket that will take 8th gen. You'll be fine. You can those. It doesn't even. You don't even need to have a expensive motherboard. And if you're going with a regular motherboard, non-mining, you'll have RGB headers on there. Just find something you're not. I mean, unless you're using it as a computer too, then it's a different story. But if it's strictly for mining and you got a little bit of RGB on there, just look for a cheap budget motherboard that has at least 2 GPU slots on there, and then you can put 2 4-way Ubic splitters on there. I did that with a 16-year-old motherboard. It had 2 Gen 2 PCIe, and I put 2 4-way Ubic splitters on there. Had 8 RX 580s mining away on there. Any gaming motherboard will do that for you. You're good to go. I don't have any motherboards like right off the top of my head. Let's see here. Let's see here. I would say do a Asus Prime A320 MK. Right? No, I'm sorry. That's the AMD variation of it. Don't. ASRock B450M Pro. Yeah. Stick with Asus. Asus is going to be a little bit more money. I did it on an ASRock motherboard. It works fine. The ASRock motherboard, you'll be $70. You might be able to find them on eBay a little bit cheaper if you want to take the gamble that it doesn't have bent pins. Or no, the pins are on the chipset, right? Yeah. Oh, then you're fine. As long as the socket's not been dropped or something like that, you're good to go. But there's tons of options on there. Asus, I mean, like, yeah. Post here, please. Man, I don't want to post everything. The link's too long. It won't let me post here. Sorry. Sorry, dude. It's this bad boy. Just look up ASRock B450M Pro. Hey, what's going on? Collecting coins with Gina. What's up? What is up? What is up? All right, so yeah, I mean, it's like I think this would be a good one for you, Sonia. So if you want to message me in Discord, I'll share the link with you that way. How's that? Hit me a message in Discord, and I'll shoot you the link for this. The link is literally too long for me to post in YouTube chat. What up, Jed? Yo, what up? What up? All right. So, but going back to the topic of today, guys. So, the 12-volt high power connector. It seems like there's something that's very common. If you see a little bit of gappage at the very bottom here, it's not totally seated. This is what it looks like when it's totally seated. So everybody that's been trying to recreate it, this issue, has not been able to recreate it because they've plugged the connector in all the way. So if that's the case, then we have human error being the issue here, that they aren't getting the full click out of the connector. I'm starting a small cell phone crypto mining farm. Nice. It's like, Jed, like, I've been saying this, yeah. So it looks like it's definitely, it might not be a manufacturing problem on the cable. It might not be a bending issue on this cable. It literally might just be the fact that people need to make sure that the connector is fully bottomed out. And that's what I was like, I kind of like I was right for the wrong reason. So basically what I thought it was is like a hot leg issue. So if it broke a connection a little bit in the connector, it would have hot legged right in the connector and started melting. Well, I didn't think about, oh, these people didn't plug it in all the way, and it's hot legging in the GPU connector itself, where you're not going to be able to tell. And it's not getting hot enough where it's going to start a fire, but it's going to get hot enough that you can burn yourself. It's going to get hot enough where you can melt the plastic or char it, and then melt back the sheathing on the wires themselves, because it's getting that hot, it's cooking. So 100% Jed. Everybody, if you are getting any of these 40 series cards or any of these GPUs that are using this high volt connector. Double, triple. Check that fucker 12 times. Wake up in the middle of the night and double check that sucker being plugged in all the way. When in doubt, check it again. And then check it one more time. %. And I've had that happen too, where I've plugged stuff in and it didn't plug in all the way. The connector was plugged in, but it pushed one of the wires out. And I would take like a little pick and I pushed the wire back into its connector and you'd feel it click back in. You're like, ooh. Yep, 100%. Tolerances are too wide for the parts that they were utilizing. 100%, Jason. When mining crypto, safety is key, guys. 100%. So if you don't want to have your stuff melt down, have an issue or anything like that, because like it started happening even on the aftermarket wires, people were still having the same issue. They thought the aftermarket wire was going to be the solution to it. Maybe NVIDIA had a poor quality issue. Now it's starting to look like people who think they can plug in a connector need to start working out. They need to be working out their forearm grip with weights and not with their they're not yanking their crank, right? Yanking their crank is giving them weak little pussy arms. They need to sit there and actually start, pumping iron and get that a little stronger so they can actually get that little click in there going click and get it bottomed out. I would never have thought it would be as simple as this. I try to assume that people can do the most basic thing. Plug a connector in. It's pretty self-explanatory. You plug it in until it can't go in any further. Yep, and cleaning your mining rigs is a must to do it at least every couple of months. 100%. Dirt and bugs create hazards. So, considering that Intel uses this connector and they don't have any issues, seeing that NVIDIA is using this, I don't think it's the NVIDIA connector themselves at this point. I'm kind of leaning in towards the idea that if it's gonna, I was right on the idea that it was hot legging. Everything was showing that it was hot legging, and then once it hot legs so badly, it breaks connection, and then it'll start really hot legging because it's not really arcing, but it's not making a crispy connection either, and that'll just cause it to just start making the wire glow going back, and it's not going to go the full length of the wire. It's only going to go back so far from the hot leg itself. So either it's going to flow enough power through that wire where it will melt the wire away and break connection finally. The loose connection that's been melted away finally just pulls away altogether. But it looks like if it's not plugged in all the way, it's going to be doing the same thing where you just get this little wussy ass bitch connection in there and it just hot legs from within the connector. So while you're utilizing it, you would never notice it until it started melting the sheath of the wiring. And this doesn't seem to be a power supply issue, Jason. Uh, 100% collecting coins with Gina. The AMDs are just as good compared to the 4090s at this point. Finally, I get to say that. I didn't think that I would ever have the chance to say that AMD is finally competitive to NVIDIA. Sonia, that's what they thought at first. They thought that at first. So it doesn't look like that's the problem now. It looks more like that the wires were not, the plug connector was not seated in all the way. And if it's not seated in all the way, all these problems are 100% feasible. Because nobody's been able to really recreate it without not fully connecting in. That has been the one common factor between all of the meltdowns, is that the connector was not plugged in all the way. So I don't think it's a wiring problem, guys. So if you guys end up getting these, just make sure they're plugged in all the way. For the love of God, make sure it's plugged in. And if you got in Sonia, if you watch DeBauer, he put a ROG Strix 4090 on LN2, and he had that pulling 900 watts through that connector and did not melt. Didn't they already fit? No. They did not. There was nothing to fix. The aftermarket people were just making a power supply friendly connector. This way it was just one cable that came out instead of having a small little jumper cable in between. Yo, what up, Alex? What up? So, and the aftermarket, and Sonia, the aftermarket connectors are melting too now. So there's something common in between them, and the only thing that's common between them is the plug's not plugged in all the way. So unfortunately, I would like to be able to blame NVIDIA with poor craftsmanship. I can't. With this data that's coming out, and this is coming from engineers that are far smarter than me with a lot better testing equipment than me. So with that being said, I'm not, because of the sources that it's coming from, I won't question it. They would have tested this out a lot further than what I would have ever been able to do on my own. Because these plug connectors are capable of like 1,000 watts. The connector themselves. The wiring might be another issue, but the connector itself can flow 1,000 watts. No problem. So we're just kind of dealing with the people just need to slow down when they're building. Don't get too excited. Don't get your excited juices all over the PC and forget to plug the connector in all the way. Everybody's been saying that the connector is really rough to plug in all the way. So don't go jizzing all over it. I got a new GPU, and use it for one day and melt it down. Slow down when you're building your PC, guys. That's the easy solution to this. And as we know, FTX having a thermal meltdown on the market. That is like one of the bigger driving factors right now with Bitcoin price being so low right now. Consumers are worried about FTX exchange having a liquidity issue, and it looks like Binance has pulled out of the potential buyout on FTX because FTX would have had to, if Binance was thinking about doing this. Now, they probably had CZ sign a non-disclosure agreement, so he can't talk about what he saw. But before he did before he thought about doing an acquisition, I bet you FTX sat there and disclosed what was on their books, and they were like, "Oh, this is dirty. We want nothing to do with it." So now it looks like FTX is reaching out to Kraken for some help on a $9.4 billion bailout. Yeah. Alameda Exchange owes $10 million. This is huge. Huge. Yep, FTX has filed for bankruptcy, but they are reaching out trying to get a bailout still. You can sit there and start your bankruptcy proceedings, and then if you are able to fight your liquidity issue, you can sit there and basically withdraw out of a bankruptcy proceeding. Be like, oh, no, we fixed it. We did a last-minute Hail Mary, so either Kraken's going to buy FTX, or FTX is about to BitConnect the industry right now. This is the shit you just can't make up, right? So I really hope if they declare bankruptcy, I hope that the CEOs go to prison over this. This is prison material. There's going to be because anybody who holds any kind of funds on FTX exchange right now just lost all their money. You just got BitConnected. Because FTX was doing the whole Celsius bullshit scams where they were trying to increase the profitability by gambling in the shitcoin market. And now that the shitcoin market imploded, so did they. They were trying to hide this one for a hot minute, it looks like. Oh no, John Germain, if FTX goes through bankruptcy, it's going to do the same thing. Either way, everything, in order to go into bankruptcy, all documents get put out on public display. Yep. And FTX is about to get screwed. It's like, good thing I never put my crypto here. You know it, my man. So it looks like, FTX is going to basically negatively hurt the market. All the stuff that people have been trying to build, trying to do move forward with. You get dirty players like Alex Mashinsky and the people from FTX, and they take 5 years worth of people trying to progress this industry forward and make it go 10 steps back. And people wonder why us Bitcoiners hate the idea of shitcoiners. Here's another reason why shitcoiners just hurt the crypto industry. Once again, it boils down to shitcoins pulling scams. Period. And why do I call FTX a shitcoin? Because although they were an exchange, they had the FTT coin. They were shitcoiners. These people should go. If they declare bankruptcy, they deserve to go to prison. This is what when laws need to step in and nail these people to the cross. Binance is already compliant to the U.S. regulations. And the U.S. knows that there is the U.S. side of the exchange and non-U.S. side of the exchange. So they're actually 100% in compliance with federal laws and regulations here in the United States. That's not the problem. I think, this is me, I think that whenever CZ talked to FTX about the buyout, they told him some dirty information. And he's like, nope. I mean, literally. That's how he was. He's like, oh no. How much you want to bet me that there's some dirty booking in FTX? It's not Binance that has to worry. It's FTX. I think that FTX is going to try to reach out to every big player to get them out of hot water, because if they go through bankruptcy, they're fucked. Yep. Not your keys, not your cheese. Another reason, get your fucking coins off of exchanges, people. Stop leaving your money there. That is not your crypto if you leave it there. It's a custodial service, and whoever has custody of the private keys has possession of it. Possession is 9/10 of the law. If you don't have control of it, it's not yours, and you lose. Everybody that puts their money onto exchanges and that exchange defaults, you lose. There's no recourse. You are nothing but a debt to them. And debts get paid last. I'm telling you, you will get pennies to the dollar. How do I know? Squirrel Research Lab. They declared bankruptcy instead of making a product. Oh, bro, you got it, Sonia. Happy motherfucking birthday, bro. I'll give you a big shout out on DCA, guys. Yo, we'll do home dog. That's in a few days. Yo, getting younger. Nice. Yeah, the only time I touch an exchange with my Bitcoin is if I'm buying or selling, and it's for that 15 minutes. Yeah, that's how serious I am about not leaving money on the exchange. I panic when I leave money on the exchange, because I'm like, they're gonna lose my money right here, right now. They're gonna turn off their services, and I'm going to lose everything because I moved my funds over there. Oh, God. And then when it finally clears, I feel better. Nice. You're over the hill with me. Yes. Another person in the 40s club. Like, yeah, if you leave your crypto on exchanges, you are a dumb. I'll call that a double D. Dumb as dog shit. What up, teens? What up? It's like I leave $30 there. Yeah. Damn, you're older than me. Only by a little bit. Yeah, I pretty much don't like to leave crypto out of my control. And FTX is another beautiful reason why everybody, I don't care what exchange you leave it on, pull your fucking, if you're not actively trading on there, pull your crypto off the exchange, people. To me, there's no difference on sitting there and picking up a hooker on the corner and not using a rubber. That's the equivalent of you leaving your crypto on an exchange. What up? Life of Rianne. It's a crowd. It's crowded in here tonight. Yes, baby. Which corner asking for a friend? Patrick Murphy. Watch how you talk to your elders. Hell no. So what are you guys all mining during this crypto winter? Has the difficulty come down after the ETH merge? Yes and no. Yes and no. Price action is going to pull more people off. In one hand, I'm happy about this pullback. In another hand, it's like, oh, this hurts. I mean, nothing is profitable still. You're losing money no matter what you mine. Even at 8 cents a kilowatt hour right now. You don't become profitable really until around 3 cents a kilowatt hour. Then you start making some money. Now, if you go back to my Wednesday episode, John, I actually sat there and was talking about a lot of that stuff too. So basically, it's the perfect storm. We have Gary Gensler at the SEC. We have with them going after XRP and other regulations, we have we have them going after library. They just came down with a boom on library, so that finally went through. We have the FTX shitting itself. We have this traditional stock market shitting itself because of the midterm elections. At this point, I don't think we're going to see big price movements until after all the runoffs in the House and Senate have been decided here in the United States. Until that happens, I do not see us coming out of this little bit of this gigantic pullback. So I think with this crash that we're seeing, FTX is a definite grenade in the system. But on top of the grenade in the system, we have we're basically going to be looking at the rest of the financial markets themselves, the SEC between them and the Federal Reserve and the government. It's just a perfect storm of what's going on. FTX is just like, oh, we're going to put some icing on this cake. Like, exactly. Patrick's like, I just said F it. I like mining, so I have a rig on. Losing money, big deal, until my wife sees the electric bill. Yo, what up, Ozzy? I have a small cash position as I was ready for this. Nice. My electric bill went from $600 to $60 a month. Yeah, it's nice whenever the rigs get turned off, man. You're like, wow, that's what a normal household usually pays. Wow. One could only hope. Oh. One could only hope, guys. Them, Gary Gensler going to prison. Jerome Powell, Biden, and both Bidens. Let's see here. The guys over at FTX. I mean, that would be a good start. But right now, I will tell you guys, I am right in the same boat as you. I am mining at a loss. That hasn't changed. I'm not changing course. I've got ASICs and GPUs running balls to the wall. Yeah, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go directly to jail. And no dab. But we did see a little bit of a pullback, you know, a little bit of a, we've hit a floor, I think, in Bitcoin pricing. I think we've hit that bottom level. We could move a little bit lower, but I think we might have hit that floor. Thank you, thank you. No, we do not. The monopoly money is the US dollar. We don't need more monopoly money. I'm just saying. But I think we did hit the floor on this one. I don't think there's much. If we move down, it will only be a little bit and for a short period of time. I know. That's kind of what I'm hoping for too, Ozzy. He's sitting there going, looking for just a bit more blood in the water than looking for more rigs to grab some more coins with. For sure. Once we get this nice deep lacerational cut in the market, there'll be more people that are going to be like, yeah, I can't mine no more. I'm hoping. I'm fucking hoping. But there is a lot of people that have been told over the years, you know, you just mine through the bear market. No matter how bad the bear market is, you just mine through it. Mine. Doesn't matter how much you lose, just mine. I don't know how well that attitude will really fit somebody long term. Now, a person with one or maybe two rigs, it's not an issue. Somebody who's got a room full, you know, a little garden set up, or they got a facility, you got to sit there and think of the economic impact on all that, right? Is it better to turn the rigs off, save the power? Or is it better to continue to mine? For me, I've got to keep the rigs on just so that I can get my power price to come down. Once it comes down, once my load average is high enough and the price comes down, you know, then I can sit there and make some moves. Because I'll be finally fucking profitable. Ugh. How big do you think the next bull run will be? If we hit 12,000, I think we're going to be looking at about $150,000 Bitcoin. That's just me. If we hit 12,000 in this bear market, we're going to hit $150,000, I think. I don't think we're going to double the last all-time high. I don't think so, but we'll get close, I think. So does anybody else got any comments or questions before I head up out of here? All you guys have had some awesome, amazing questions for me. I appreciate every one of you amazing people. Don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button. I see we got 12 people and there's only 8 likes. What? I'm talking to you. No, just kidding. No, just kidding. No pressure, no pressure. So does anybody else got any other comments or questions for me before I head up out of here? We are over that 1 hour marker, guys. Oh. Almost at an hour and a half. Budweiser getting schooled. Yep. That's what it's all about, man. I'm just giving you guys stuff that, you know, info in my head come pouring out to you awesome people. That's what it's all about. Thank you, collecting coins. Thank you. Take a week off from exercising. That's not how it goes. I fucking wrecked my legs today. I regret decisions I made this morning. My legs are still like jello, guys. Still like jello. I have never worked out my legs that intense. And yeah, I'm gonna do death by volume next week. Abs, not so bad. The abs aren't bad. I've been doing ab work for 3 months, every single day for 3 months. I think I might have missed like maybe 5 days out of 3 months. So my abs are pretty well conditioned. So it was just, that was a new exercise. I've never done V's before. And it was a lot more intense than I was expecting, but not bad. I was a little sore on the stretch, but it didn't hurt. My legs, on the other hand, feel like freaking jello. I'm hoping that I am not going to be sore and all get out. I've done some earlier conditioning a little bit, trying to get my legs up to par of what I just did to it today. And tomorrow morning when I get up, we'll find out if my conditioning has paid off. Because if I'm crawling out of bed, needing to call up 1-800 wheelchair just to move around my house, then I know I did my workout right. Otherwise, I know I did my 3 months worth of working out and conditioning myself right. So either I conditioned myself right, or I done destroyed my legs in the right way. I'm hoping. So if you guys want to hang out with me in the morning, Monday through Friday, I will be doing 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I do my morning workout. Use it more as like a little hangout side. You know, you can kind of ask questions or whatever. Ask questions, come over, hang out. I know a lot of you guys are at work or whatnot, but just kind of utilize it as like a little hangout hour. Ask me anything within reason, of course. I'm gonna be getting some better music on the channel here. I'm gonna be buying some licensing so that I can actually utilize some music. Budweiser, workout in a purple pimp suit, and I might watch. Do a workout session, keeping the pimp hand strong. All your exercises have to be all like pimp slap workout. Pimp slap. Break out the baby powder. Break out the baby powder. They call me the pimp named Slickback. Oh God. Maybe you might get me to do that one time where I'll be like, theme a workout. It'd be hilarious. If I do that, I will advertise it like all fucking get out, guys. It's like I could tell Nemesis played some Saints Row. Fuck yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I've played a lot of video games, guys. Nemesis is an old gamer name of mine. I've been using that gamer tag name Nemesis for 25 or 27, between 25 and 27 years. I've been using the gamer tag of Nemesis. There you go. So has anybody else got any other comments or questions before I roll up out of here, guys? And remember, guys, I'm going to be, I might, depending on how everything goes tomorrow, I might be live streaming the Daryl poker tournament. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I've never tried to do that on my own. I know it's going to be a little bit of a different setup, so I'll figure that out. We'll figure stuff out and go from there. So doing a poker tournament tomorrow for the Daryl community. I still gotta have to download their new wallet. I still have like their old wallet. I'm sure it's no good now because I used to play around with the coin very early on before the Daryl community forked off into the current state of what Daryl is now. And they had a whole bunch of drama, and I just kind of walked away from it all, going, "You fix that over there. I'm gonna go over here." But I always like to support builders. They did stick around. They did continue building. They did try to make improvements. So yeah, definitely check out Daryl tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be. It depends on how everything rolls. On if I'm going to be able to live stream it or not. I'm going to try to plan on it though. So you might see a random poker tournament live stream. Usually I do this in conjunction with Mikkel, and Mikkel's not going to be able to do it, so I'll have to figure out a plan B on this, which is fine. All right. So, all right, cool, everybody. You got no other comments or questions? Thank you for everybody for being here. All that good stuff. Smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. For anybody that's new here, I'd love to have you part of the community. Links down below. You can join the Discord. It is free. We have a little verification bot. Just exclamation point verify. Our verification bot will contact you, direct message you in Discord, and just follow the instructions from there. And welcome to the Family Mine. If you would like to have your gear hosted and you want to get in on the VIP list, definitely check out the Patreon link down below. Get into the Pseudo Hasher tier. Pseudo Hashers will get VIP access to the Family Mine once we start getting to that point. I'm just waiting for the point where the building is not bleeding me money, and I can start rolling money into the much needed updates so that I can get all of you awesome people in. Yo! So it's a slow little roll because, well, crypto's taking a shit, which makes my money doesn't go as far, unfortunately. So I'm making do, guys. I'm doing the best that I can with no investors and stuff like that. This is all coming completely out of my pocket. So yeah, and then I've got my amazing business partner who is just doing everything he can to help me out on that front, which fucking means the world to me that I got an awesome partner like him to help me out at the facility while I'm up here up north, so far away from the facility that I can't really just go there anytime I want. I've got to plan it out like 2 weeks in advance. So everybody, thank you for being here. And with that being said, guys, I'll definitely see you on the next one. Peace out, stay savage. Yo, may your hash be high and your watts be low. See you on the next one.